Okay. Assalamualaikum and good evening to everyone. Today we are going to be discuss about mental health. First, I introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Ilyas Ashraf bin Jamali. My metric number is 201332029. Okay, with me right now we have two panels that are expert in mental health. As we know, COVID-19 had a major effect on our life. Many of us are facing challenges that can be stressful, overwhelmed, and cause strong emotion in adults, also in children. There are many factors that can cause mental issues, such as a feeling of fear, worry, frustration. So, what do you guys think? Did you guys think it have a way to coping the issue? Okay, we will discuss with Afiq. Afiq, we all aware that mental health problems are serious problem lately. A lot of news we hear about mental problems since this COVID-19 pandemic. So, can you explain a little bit about mental problem?
Okay, sure. We are ready now. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, we have heard a lot in the community facing problems such as the stress and depression. This is the main cause of the mental problem.
Thank you for the feedback. And now I want to ask Dr. Ruswan. Other than that, what is your opinion about the issue in this country for this day?
Okay, Elias. Based on statistics, the number of problems related to mental health issues is on an incline since the pandemic hit our country in early January 2020. Since the pandemic hit our country, surveys conducted on 435 Malaysians suggested that their anxiety levels increased since MCO is implemented. In my opinion, there is some contributing factors to this problem. For example, during the movement control order or MCO, with the limited mobility, closed borders, and a chain of roadblocks and checkpoints, some people may experience heightened temperament and irritability at home. Boredom and lack of outdoor activities can also affect their psychological, mental, and physical well-being. Stress over family separation, where some were stuck in another state due to the border closing, also affected them.
Thank you, Dr. Ruswan. Afiq, can you explain the sign for someone has a mental health problem?
Okay. The sign of a person has a mental problem. Firstly, having sleeping disorder such as insomnia, or sleep more after and longer use. Secondly, like to be alone and not to socializing as usually with people around. And third, after lack energy and look away. And look like hope and lost direction. And finally, expression a mood swing.
Okay, thank you. And doctor, other than that, is there any sign? Is there any case that don't have any sign of stress disorder?
That may sound like an odd question. Surely, if you suffering from stress, you would know, wouldn't you? Well, not necessarily. A great many people may experience stress-related symptoms without actually associating them with stress. This especially applies to driven, ambitious people who put their health a firm second to career success. Unfortunately, this attitude can get you into serious trouble because chronic stress is only sustainable for so long. So, what are the signs of undiagnosed stress? Broadly, they fall into three categories, which is psychological, physical, and behavioral. The first one is psychological: irritability, poor concentration and decision making, memory loss, mood swings, chronic worrying, anxiety and low mood, nightmares, and persistent bad dreams. The second one is physical: Cold hands, shakes and trembling, shortness of breath, heart palpitations or racing heartbeat, niggly aches and pains, tension headaches, lower back pain, problems with menstruation and indigestion, loss of libido, vulnerability to colds and infections. And the third and the final one is behavioral, which is passive or aggressive behavior, procrastination, increased alcohol or caffeine consumption, craving for sweet, sugary snacks, and comfort eating. This is not comprehensive list, and some of these symptoms may indicate an underlying health problem. So do see a doctor if you are concerned. But many of them point to the fact that you are stressed, even if you don't think you are. Right.
Okay, thank you. So I want to ask Afi, as a counselor, how do we maintain mental health during the pandemic this day?
Okay, thanks for the question. Okay, tip on to maintain mental health during the pandemic. First, take care of basic needs such as eating, resting, and getting enough sleep. Secondly, avoid being alone. Third, if having a problem, find someone if you trust to express the problem. Next, spend time with benefit, think about stress. And lastly, get the advice for counselor if you have problem like emotional and depression.
Thank you for the feedback. And as a doctor, what is the as a doctor for the patient that has any advice for them?
Firstly, there are many ways to cope with stress, but I will simplify it for you guys. Firstly, take breaks from watching or reading or listening to news stories, including those on social media. It is good to be informed, but hearing about the pandemic constantly can be upsetting. Consider limiting news to just a couple times a day and disconnecting from phone, TV, and computer screens for a while. Secondly, take care of your body. This is very important. Take deep breaths, stretch, or meditate. Try to eat healthy, well balanced meals. Exercise regularly, get plenty of sleep, and avoid excessive alcohol, tobacco, and substance use. Next is make time to unwind. Try to do some other activities you enjoy. Also, connect with others. Talk with people you trust about your concerns and how you are feeling. Connect with the community or faith-based organizations. While social distancing measures are in place, try connecting online through social media or by phone or email.
Okay, thank you. Last but not least, Afi, can you tell me what is the statistic for this issue in Malaysia?
Okay, lately the Malaysia Militant and had revealed that 91.2% of the more than 100,000 call divide from the social support hotline request emotion support and counseling. And for this case increased 2%, 20% from 2019 to November 2020.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's all from our discussion for this meeting. So you guys very much advice and take a good one. And thank you.